Chat. Big dubs in the chat. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and rate, review it. I can just imagine the random passerby coming in the midst of that Mullen interview and going, or segment and going, what is this? I'm so used to people just talking about it, not loving it. That was love, baby. That was love. Hey, speaking of love, do the football gods not love us? Do the football gods and our friends at Lucy's not just love us? I'm aware that the promo code is not currently working. Just wait for a couple of days. If it's not working, we'll make sure it does. But I'll rip the hell about that ad. This is our biggest show of the week. It's going to get read. I'm going to let you know that we just got a brand deal. All right? And it's a big one. We love our friends at Lucy's. Code FGN in a couple of days when it gets ready to work for that free 20% off. All right. Speaking of love, the football guys love us. Love us so much that they gave us this week one. A week one, ladies and gentlemen, that is unlike any week one I've ever seen in my entire life. All right, so let me just set the table. And forgive me if I miss one. If I miss your favorite football team's week one matchup, it's just that loaded. It's just that loaded. We got Georgia Tech, Colorado. We got South Carolina, Virginia Tech. It's when I need the boys going, after. We got South Carolina versus Virginia Tech. We got Tennessee versus Syracuse. We got Baylor versus Auburn. We got Bama on the road at the Doak against Florida State. We got LSU headed to the secondary Death Valley at Clemson. Sorry for you ACC homers. And, of course, we got Texas versus Ohio State. And I figured it would be fitting if we were to come on here right here on a Sunday afternoon, praise the football gods, say thank you, amen for this slate, and I preview this slate in the only way that I know how, to go through each one of these football games and tell you exactly what the film done told me. Because you know I done watched it. You know I done grinded it. Hell, if you've been on this channel all week, all season, all off season, all right, you know we've been watching this here ball. We've been grinding this here tape. All right, so let me tell you what the tape says. Let's start with this football game, Georgia Tech at Colorado. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, whether you are Colorado, whether you are Georgia, whether you're the damn Pittsburgh Steelers, if you get ready to prepare to play the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and Haynes King and Buster Faulkner, you better practice without the football on the defensive side of the ball. What is he talking about? Practice without the ball. Hey, you option coaches know what I'm talking about right now. You high school football coaches know what I'm talking about right now. When you prepare for an option offense, your scout team needs to practice without a football. Because on every given play, when you play Georgia Tech this year, all right, or in the future, or whenever Buster is there, and Haynes, and he's got a mobile quarterback, when you play them, every given play has 4 plays on that given play. You better be able to stop the run. You better be able to stop the quarterback run. You better be able to stop the pitch off the read, off the quarterback keep, off the pitch. And you better be able to stop the pass concepts that are running at your face as well. All right? So you better practice without the ball. You better go out there, have all 4 options on all the plays going out threatening your defense. And guess what? If anything's exposed, you're exposed. That's how you have to practice against these jokers. That's how you have to play against these jokers. On top of that, you got to be ready to thump. You know what I mean? You got to be ready to come down here and thump. So here's what I know about Georgia Tech. I know Georgia Tech going to go on a 12-play, 84-yard scoring drive against anybody. And I damn sure expect them to do it against Colorado. So that is my take on that one. South Carolina versus Virginia Tech. First off, look, I am not a complain about the things you can't change guy. That is not me. Honestly, it's why I dumped fandom. I felt like I was getting that take I had about Dan Mullen. Could you imagine if I were a UNLV booster? This guy who knows, loves, and talks about ball the way that I do. Could you imagine me being a fan of a football team that has that? Guys, I just gave that take because I care about football. Imagine if I cared about the team. Oh, my God. I'd have a heart attack, an absolute heart attack. It's why I can't be a fan. It's why it doesn't exist for me. All right, I'm sorry. But that I don't complain about things that I can't change. But I'm going to complain about something that I can't change because maybe the platform's big enough, not that Josh Pace isn't, that we might be able to get this changed. Stop with the neutral site bullshit. Sorry for cussing. Stop with it. Stop, please, for the love of God. Because, guys, Imagine Shane Beamer going back to Blacksburg for this football game. I mean, please, can we have that instead of this being played? I love the Benz too, but stop it. Go back to Virginia Tech. Let me hear that. Let me see that. Anyways, I digress. I don't know what to expect out of Virginia Tech, but I expect Lenore Sellers to be absolutely fun as hell to watch in this football game. I'm more curious than anything going into this one. I'm very, very much so more curious about how good the upside of South Carolina is going to be on the offensive side of the football and what they can, piecemeal together defensively. I don't know about you guys. Oh! The Ops had to op us somehow, guys. The Ops had to op us somehow. I was just about to say, I don't know about you guys, but I am so glad to be back on a Sunday pod. All right. We can't just hold this the rest of the show, so we're going to have to fix this. There we go. If you're expecting a clean-cut operation around here, it ain't going to happen. All right. I mean, I can't even drink correctly. I'm 30 years old. I can't even drink water. You know what I mean? Hey, potential news on the waterfront as well. Y'all notice no free ads around here. None. Not anymore. Not anymore. We got bills to pay. Hey, man, Jay Will, who I know for a fact's in the chat. I'll stand on my hands and do a cartwheel right now if Christian Kirby's in the chat. I will. I'll go over there, flip it to camera one, do a cartwheel right now on Maine if Christian Kirby's in the chat, which I know he ain't. Damn. I hope he's not. Let's move on to this Tennessee versus Syracuse. Hey, no hate in the chat, guys. None. We don't do that. That guy has been way too good to me. Way, way, way too good to me. All right, when he doesn't have to be. I mean, if anybody should be cutthroat and competitive, it should be Josh Pate. That guy's way too good to me. Do not be in that chat talking nonsense. All right, don't be doing that. And I've even y'all know my deal, right? Every time I talk about my man, I'll let y'all know in front. Envy, right? Envy. I want something that massive. I pray for it. Give me a platform. I'm gonna do good with it. I promise, right? But don't be out here doing that. All right, let's move on to this Tennessee versus Syracuse football game. Film and history tells me one thing, and you'll hear this. If you listen to me talk about Tennessee football, preparing for Tennessee, whatever it is, you'll hear this sentiment, okay? It's very, very clear. It comes down to two questions. Can the opposing defense stop the run without adding safeties to the box, all right? And if they can, they'll win the football game. It don't matter how good Tennessee is at throwing the football. It don't matter if Hendon Hooker and Jalen Hyatt are coming to town. If they can stop the run without adding safeties to the box, they'll tattoo that butt. All right, you ain't scoring. And that's what history tells me, okay? Every time, even in that 2022 season, man, the moment Alabama's adding safeties to the box, bang. All right, which leads us to our next question. All right, even if you have to add safeties to the box, it didn't matter last year because Tennessee couldn't hit their deep shots. So that's my next question about this football game. If and when Tennessee forces the hand of Syracuse, can they actually capitalize? Because for 14 games last year, they could not. Their quarterback could not hit a ball 25 yards downfield in a vertical format. I think Joey Aguilar can. So it's ultimately going to come down to, can you win can you play the box light? That's the end source right there. Also, speaking of source, got a Tennessee source that texted me right as camp ended and said verbatim, quote, learn the name Deshaun Bishop. Learn the name Deshaun Bishop. Now, he is familiar with my game, was this source at Tennessee. So he know I know. I think he was texting me to let me know that I should let you know. So learn the name Deshaun Bishop. I think they're going to feed my man. All right, let's move on to the next one. Baylor versus Auburn. Real perplexing football game in Vegas. I didn't look up the lines, Jay Will, just to let you know. Did not look it up at all because we're playing against the lines, I would imagine, this week. So I don't know what it is, but I know the storyline of it flipping back and forth. All right, I know that. So they don't know what to do with it. I don't really know what to do with it, but I have studied Baylor a good bit this offseason. And I'm going to be honest with you up front, not to forecast or give my prediction here on a Sunday, but I like Auburn in this matchup for a few reasons, okay? First and foremost, they are a Baylor is we're going to try to take what you give us offense. By nature, if you lighten the box, they're going to try to run the football. If you play aggressive and stopping the run, they're going to try to take your head off in the back end in the passing game. LSU plays them aggressive, they throw for 450. Somebody plays them soft, they rush for 260. Okay, I think I know what Auburn's going to do. I expect DJ Durkin to say, ain't no way this Big 12 offense is about to stuff it down our throat. No way. And I guarantee you, they've been talking to them all offseason going into this matchup. They know how important it is. If I were DJ Durkin, we'd be standing up on Monday and we'd say, guys, you 6, you 4 defensive linemen, you guys backups, y'all 4, and those 2 linebackers that we play, all right, whether we're a 3-3, well, whatever we open up, you 6 box defenders. That's it. That's all we're giving you to stop this run. We're going to play it bracketed over the top. We are not going to let these guys get behind us. They are going to have to march it down our throats. I don't think they're able to do it. That would be my game plan. I think it's a successful one against Auburn, all right, or for Auburn to win this football game. I know their box is good, all right? I know Auburn's box play is good, all right? I know line of scrimmage-wise, they should be good. I know their weapons are great. Offensively, I know they're going to be able to get open. We'll find out about the quarterback play and the turnovers, though, right? Those are the questions. We'll find out about the turnover play and all that good stuff. I knew that. I knew that was going to happen. I mean, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alabama going down to Tallahassee, Florida. Going to take on them Seminoles at Doak Walker. Now, here's the deal. If you haven't noticed, I'm clip farming right now, going through these, trying to get a good 90 seconds to tweet these out. I'm definitely clip farming right now. There's no doubt about that. But I am trying at some point this year. I think we're big enough. I know we're big enough. I'm trying to get this audio from these channels used on you guys, you shows. Are you LSU accounts, you Alabama accounts, you Florida State accounts, all you guys, the football accounts that tweet out audio. Why? I mean, I think I got a pretty enough voice, a nice enough voice. I think I know what the problem is because I'm not shticky enough. I'm too jokey. I like going down to see them boys. You know what I'm saying? I'm too much of that. I don't think that's clean cut enough. Maybe I should just quit trying. I think that's what Christian Kirby has taught me most in life. Quit trying so hard. Definitely quit trying to be so cool. You know what I mean? I try too hard. A new term I guess I was led on to believe is aura farming. I guess you don't need to be aura farming. You just need to have aura. I need to work better on having aura. Alabama going on down to Tallahassee to Doak Campbell State. Doak Campbell? See, I can't even do that right. Alabama going down to Tallahassee to take on them Seminoles. It's going to be a good football game for about 12 minutes. I got Alabama rolling in this one. And look, I know everybody's got Alabama rolling in this one, but I got Alabama rolling most of the season. And I'm not buying this Florida State stuff. I'm not. And here's why. We are a buy good groceries football team, or a football program. That's what we are. I'm cool if you want to turn the roster over at a 50% rate. But my man, if you don't buy good groceries, the shit gonna spoil midway through October, which is exactly what happened last year. And I think it might happen again this year. All right, I could go down the list of their portal additions and sit here and crap on Florida State and have Florida State fans really, really hate me. But instead, what I'm going to try to do is speak some sense into what I think might happen. Now, if Mike Norvell pulls it all together, you get to coach out the rest of your multi-$80 million contract, and that's great news for Florida State. But let me rain on the parade as to why I don't think it's going to happen. All right, you bought bad groceries. All right, Thomas Castellanos didn't work at Boston College. We're very, very well aware of that. Deuce Robinson didn't work like it was supposed to at with Lincoln Riley at USC. It's supposed to work like it's supposed to at Florida State. You know what I mean? Maybe it will. It's a gamble. All right, it didn't work for Squirrel White at Tennessee. It was banged up constantly. Now, he's a good football player. I love his toughness, but it didn't work. It never to the point that, oh, yeah, let's just go buy him out of the portal. He's so good. We got to have him. He'll turn our program around. Not really. It didn't work, right? Hey, I can keep going. Guys, they're starting a linebacker this year. They went and poached a linebacker out of the portal this year from Nebraska that didn't start in all 12 games last year. He was a spot player at Nebraska. I'm supposed to think that's going to band together, change you from 2-10 to now pick you against Bama. Hell no. I don't pick you against Bama to be like 2-score competitive. I'd be shocked. If you are, I'm coming on Monday and I'm golf clapping leading the show with Mike Norvell will be the Florida State football coach the remainder. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about this football game. Bad groceries. Watch out for it. Watch out for it. Bad groceries. Boys, we are cooking. We are cooking. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Hey, let's move on to this big one. Big one. I mean, talk about football. God's blessing you. Wake up. Week 1. How we going to tiptoe into the college football season? Bam. Big noon kickoff. Them Longhorns in Columbus, Ohio. Not this neutral site, yada, yada, bull crap. Home and home. Give it to me. Longhorns at noon. Big kickoff in Columbus, Ohio against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Archman and Julian saying, you already know. See? Too many stumbles there. Too many stumbles there. Anyways, I skipped over LSU and Clemson. I'm tripping. Let's go back. We get a second stab at trying to clip that for Ohio State Buckeyes football account and Texas. LSU versus Clemson. The battle to find out who is the real Death Valley. My money's on LSU, and here is why. My favorite quarterback battle of the weekend, and I'm going to tell you right now, the more I watch Garrett Nussmeier, the more I think this is going to be my favorite quarterback to study all year. The more I think I might be sliding some of that quiche on Garrett Nussmeier to win the Heisman Trophy. All right, I really believe this is going to be our best. Holy hell, that's a big-time throw quarterback in all of college football. All right, I think he was that last year. Bar for bar, throw for throw, hack for hack. Garrett Nussmeier could go bar for bar with anybody last year, Cam Ward included. This dude throws NFL balls, left and right. It's all over the tape. He's going to hone in the turnover rates. He's going to hone in the bad decisions. I trust Garrett Nussmeier. I also trust, and this is the paradox in this football game, I trust that Clemson box. We were talking about loving the box earlier. I love that Clemson Tiger box. All right, them 4 down linemen, they as good as anybody. As good as anybody. This box play is as good as anybody. Nay, I'd say the best in college football. Peter Woods, first-round draft pick. TJ Parker, first-round draft pick. DJ K. Park, going to be the first defensive nose tackle taken off the board. Sammy Brown, NFL body. Wade Woodaz, NFL body. Jamal Anderson, NFL body. They got all of them. They got all the NFL bodies in that box. We love elite box play. We love the matchup. Okay? LSU, if they can band together any type of interior offensive line performance, Garrett Nussmeier for the Heisman. Talk to me right now. Let's move on. The Longhorns going up to Columbus, Ohio. Thank the football gods for this not being a home and or a neutral site of venue. Thank you for the home and home. Thank you for big noon kickoff. Thank you for week 1 of college football, smacking me in the face at noon with the Longhorns and the Buckeyes in the big ass. No, that's the big ass. That's the shoot. See? I mean, it's comical at this point. You can't even make this stuff up. The Lee Corso swan song. I can't clip farm none of this stuff. I can't clip that. If I clip that, put that out, Michigan and Ohio State fans are going to kill me. That's like the one mistake in that clip you can't make. You can't call Ohio State's home field the Michigan field. You idiot. No, I'm not running it back. We do a live show. That's why we do live. Because that right there, I think for the live viewer and the Respawn watcher that's watching this today, that is way better for you than me aura farming some clip to get put on Ohio State's football Twitter. I mean, good God. Hey, you know what I love most about, honest to God, you know what I love most about this? Not just that it's a home and home, not just that this noon football game, week 1, is smacking us in our face in Columbus, Ohio, not just the quarterback battle. I know for a fact this game has absolute dudes. I love dudes. You know this about me. Okay, I love good box play, and I love dudes. This football game has a plethora of dudes. Some of the best dudes in college football. They got the best safety in college football in Caleb Downs. If you got any pushback from me at all, just know I think I know ball more than you, and I'll fight you to the death on that one. Caleb Downs is the best safety in college football. Jeremiah Smith is head and shoulders the best wide receiver in college football. By far, bar none. Colin Simmons is the best edge rusher in college football. Bar none. Anthony Hill is the best linebacker in college football. Bar none. At every single moment in this football game, there is going to be a best of or best in the game right now on the field at noon to start our college football season. If that don't get it moving, it just ain't moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, my God, how blessed are we? How blessed are we? Speaking of blessed, look, it's very clear. If you're here this long, an hour and 10 minutes, you not only love football, but you can tell that I love football. And my entire life growing up, when I envisioned what I was going to be as a dad, okay, I knew I was going to be a sports dad, right? I thought I was going to be like lunatic sports dad, like put a club or a bat or a ball in his hand, like the moment he roll out, like the moment he come out, it just like, boom, hey, we love ball. Like, I thought I was going to be that dad. Okay. But the older and the more, and once I had a child, my whole viewpoint on that changed. Okay. I do not care. All right. I don't care if my son is the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't care if he's, the next coming of David Andrews. It does not matter to me. All I care about is he a good man? All right. When it comes to my son, am I going to raise a man? Because I think nowadays there's few and far between, to be honest with you. When I look around the corner, and we just don't have enough of them. So does he do his responsibilities? All right. Is he going to lead his household? Is he going to take care of things when he's supposed to? Is he going to do the things that he doesn't want to do because he has to? And that's part of being an adult. That's part of being a man. Those are the things that I care about. That being said, of course I want my son to love ball. Of course I want my son to love football. Of course I want my son to watch football with me and love it, because of course he's my best friend. And for 5 years, I've never forced it on him. Never, not once have I ever been like, this is what we do. You're in Austin. I love ball, so you're going to love ball. Sit here and watch this with me. And for the first time in his life, yesterday, for 5 hours, he sat down and he watched ball with me. He watched ball. And oh my God, dude, not to be that guy. I love myself and I love my son, but what an experience. If he loves ball, what an experience that guy's going to have. Because I can't tell you how many times he looked at me yesterday and goes, hey, Dad, how'd you know that was going to happen? And I got to look at him and say, son, because Dad knows ball. Because Dad knows ball. Dad knows ball, and you're going to know ball. All your friends are going to think you're a genius. You know ball. You're going to be sitting in a table in a room with your boys watching ball, and you're going to say, I know this is coming. Why? Because my dad knows ball. What? Of course. And I got that yesterday. And here's the key, man. Here's the key, folks. If you're listening today and you can't get your son or your daughter or anybody to lock the F in on ball, just not let them watch anything else. We have spent I'm vibrating. We've spent the last 5 months in this household, and I love you, honey. When you're watching it, I love you to death, because this is all you. This ain't me. Lord knows how much I work. This is not me. This is all you. We have removed all the screens. We have removed all the screens in our house. Ain't no Bluey. Ain't no nonsense. Ain't no YouTube. Ain't no none of it. All right? It is nothing but Play-Doh and blocks. And I'm going to tell you right now, you want to have your son mouth open, drooling, going, what is this? Take away all their screen time, put them in front of a 55-inch screen, and make them watch Iowa State, Kansas State. They're going to think they done touched God. Whoo! I'm telling you, ain't nothing better. I love you, son. I love you, son. And I love you guys. And I love ball. We will see y'all tomorrow.